Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the country you're watching me from. It's your baby girl Sarah in the building once more. Yeah guys, we'll be talking about my IVF journey or my IVF story slash my first pregnancy journey. Yeah guys, it all started in 2015. Yeah, in 2015 when we got married in December, and 2013 we had our court wedding in Sweden. Yeah, after our church wedding in December, we had it in Cameroon, in my home country. After the church wedding, we stayed for just like 3 days or 4 days, and later on came back to Sweden. So when we came back from our trip, from our wedding and celebration, we had to stay just for like maybe a week. Later on, my husband went back to England to continue with his school. After like 2 months or 3 months, we said we should start trying to get pregnant. Yeah, but it was like all our efforts and our endeavors went just in the garbage. It wasn't easy like to get pregnant, and it became a difficult process. Okay, to cut a long story short, as we tried for like 2 months or 1 month and we couldn't get pregnant ourselves, so we had to seek for medical advice. And I went there. It was still in the same city, Stockholm. I went there and they checked me, check. We're going back and forth. You know, sometimes they will have a visit like once, twice a week, you know. So it just depends. So one time like that, it was time for him to check me properly and to check my tubes, my fallopian tubes. And he said that he cannot see my fallopian tubes. I said, what do you mean? Does it mean that it is damaged, or does it mean that it has disappeared or something? So he said no, that he cannot see it, because when you put water, you flush water inside, it's supposed to stay in, something like that, but the water keeps coming out. It shows that there should be something blocking it. So I said, is it like my tubes are blocked, my fallopian tubes are blocked? He said no, he cannot even see the tubes, that the water is supposed to clear the way for you to be able to see the tubes and know what is the problem. So one day I have this lady that I was working with, and one day I had an appointment with this lady. I had to meet up with this lady. I was working with this lady, and I met with this lady one day, and she was telling me something that, Sarah, don't you want to get pregnant? I was like, what are you saying? What are you really talking about? I'm married. I want to get pregnant. I can give you my GYN's telephone number so you can contact. I can give you the name. You can also do your research. Look up this name and see how the reviews are about this person. So you do your homework and you testify that this person is good. You just attest to what I'm saying, that this person is good. It's one of the best in the country. I'm like, oh my God, give it to me. I need it. So she was like, this my baby that you're seeing like that is from IVF. I'm like, what? A real baby? And she was like, yes, of course. I'm coming home, like leaving this lady, coming home. After some days, I saw the letter, and we were booked to come with my husband. When I went there, they checked me and they tried to do the same flushing, the same way this my gynecologist was doing. They tried to do it the same way. It wasn't going through, and all I could hear was tva, tva, tva. So I was just like, oh my God, what is happening? What is happening? Even if you don't understand Swedish, anyone living in Sweden must understand this word tva. Every one of them that came to check me, because it was like this one would try and does not succeed and will say tva, then go and call another person, come and try, and this person will say tva and go, and just like that. I heard like 10 tva on that day. I was just crying, and they were just calming me down, that don't cry, it's going to be fine. There is always an option, so you don't need to worry yourself. So the last person, when the last person said Tiva, the main doctor that I came to see that sent me the letter, had to tell me, oh, come, we have to talk, you have to sit down, I'll ask you some questions. I knew the world has come to an end. The world has come to an end for me. So when this lady asked me, have you ever been operated upon, I was just like, oh my God, what's happening? And she was like, no, I'm asking you a question. Have you ever been operated? I say, where? Inside or outside? Where? I've never been operated anywhere, inside, outside, on my fingers, on my nowhere. And she was like, yeah, because it is very strange. It is very strange. Because she told me that the place where the way she can see my cervix, it was like it was operated upon and sewed. So it was like having some stitches, like tight, really tight. So I was just like, oh my God, what's the meaning of that? This. I was just like, what can happen to one cervix for it to be operated upon? I don't know. So when she said that, but there is always an option. There are so many options for you to be able to conceive. And I said, okay, what are the options? So she had to say, IVF, have you ever heard of it? I said, yes. Is it you, baby, you're talking about? And she laughed and said, yes, that IVF. She explained it to me and said it's not something that you should feel bad or worried about. Yeah, it is something that is normal, and so many people are getting pregnant with that help, that medical help, so you don't need to worry. And I said, but is this the only option, all those kind of things? She said, yeah, for now, this is the only option. But if you feel like you can get pregnant naturally, it is not possible for you to get pregnant naturally. I was just like, okay, no problem. So when I had another appointment with my GYN, so he said he's going to book IVF for me, all those kind of things. So we told him that it's not going to be possible. I want to transfer my case to another gynecologist that can speak English so we understand each other. So he said that there is no problem, there is just no problem. I went now to the new place I booked, and I left my file there for studies. So that's what they told me to do. So they sent me now to a lady, because this gynecologist that was recommended was a man. It's a male gynecologist. So but I went there, they sent me to a lady, and I was like, can't I see this particular person? They say, no, you don't just see this person like that. You need to wait. These other gynecologists are going to check you, and if they see that it's a situation where that other one can handle, then they will send you there. I said, okay, no problem, I just need help. So because the whole place was really good, it wasn't like he was the only one good. The whole place, if you read about their clinic, is a very good clinic, very good reviews. But the man was the best in the country, like one of the best in the country. So when I met this lady, this gynecologist, this female gynecologist, he checked me and said, no, I cannot see any disease, I cannot see you having anything. So, but I don't know why you cannot get pregnant. Maybe it's because of what they said here, the cervix blockage. So I think this is not my area, my field of study. So I'm going to send you to another gynecologist just within the building, the clinic. So I said, okay, who is this person? He said that, he told me the name. I was just like, I just said to my mind, yes. So I was just like, yeah, I finally met this man that they told me that he is the best in the country. So I was just so happy to meet him. I was really so happy. So when I met him, this man was so jovial. Oh my God. Oh my God, please, if you're a gynecologist and you're watching this, or you're a doctor, please be nice and be jovial when you meet people. Yeah, be nice and be jovial, especially when you meet people. You can be anyhow on the streets, you can be anyhow at home, but when you meet patients, especially, like, you don't know what they are going through, please be nice, be jovial, look for something to make them really happy, to be candid. I was dying slowly, to be candid. I was dying slowly. And when I met this gynecologist, it was like, oh, my problem just left me. It was a prayer answer. This man, all the fun that he gave to me was on point. You know, that kind of fun that they can make give you a kind of teasing or fun that will not just sit with you at all. But all what this man was giving was on point. We would laugh together. My husband was there. We would just joke together. This man would ask me my personal things, like school things, not really personal, but school things. How am I coping with the language? How it is difficult for newcomers to catch the language, that I should not see it like it is difficult, it is because of this. So it was just taking my brain out of the area of just getting pregnant, and for me to just go to the air first and relax, for my brain to be on a space like where it does not think of anything tight, anything difficult. Then it will bring me back now to the area of fertility story. This man was really good, he's born to do this. Yeah, he's born to do this, and he's still alive, thank God, that he can help so many people. So this man told me that, yeah, I will tell you the truth. Like, after he has checked me, he said, I will tell you the truth, that there are not more many things you can do to solve this problem. It can only be solved by IVF. It can be solved by other things, but it needs medical assistance for you to get pregnant. You can never get pregnant naturally. I said, oh my God, if this man that they said is the best that I have even read about can say IVF is my final, then truly it's my final. So I shouldn't fight it. I shouldn't even bother to even check other means that I can get pregnant. It means that it's IVF that is the final thing for me. So later on, he said, okay, I'm giving you people 6 months, but I will not do any I will book like 6 months, but that's within that 6 months, you people should try naturally. You're not going to take any injection or anything for IVF, but that's 6 months. When you cannot get pregnant, then we are going to start with the procedure. Yeah, because the IVF doctor specialist is fully booked. So that's what he said, and we went home. We're so frustrated. I was just like, oh, 6 months. When will 6 months time? I started feeling very weird. I started feeling very strange. Yeah, I used to have this fake pregnancy sign. It is a normal thing, and this thing is just because I wanted a baby with so much speed. I wanted to have pregnancy so fast, so it was always in my brain. Each time I always feel like I have nausea, just all those things were in my head. It wasn't like it was real thing that was happening. So I was just feeling very weak, all those kind of things. I was just like, oh my God, what kind of nonsense is this? I was just feeling weak. Even to get the remote control to on the TV, I needed somebody to help me and take it. So one day I was talking with my mom. I was giving her my experience. I said, oh my God, the way I'm feeling. I said all this thing. She said, oh my God, you are still feeling the same way, the same thing you complained last week. I said, yes, I'm still feeling. I cannot even take my own remote. It's my husband that used to help me and pick remote and give it to me. Remote that is just beside me. Even to give water to drink, I cannot even drink water myself. Go and get water myself. It's my husband that will send that, please go and give me water. So it was getting so much, and my mother said, this is not normal. Please, you have to call the hospital. So later on, my mom said it's good for you to call the doctor and explain your gynecologist and explain how you are feeling, kind of thing. I said, Mama, don't worry. On Monday, in 3 days time or 4 days time, we have a book in. We have to see the doctor, so no need to see the gynecologist, so no need. So my mom said, okay, that bed, maybe you are pregnant. I said, Mama, forget. How can you be talking about pregnancy when my husband has not been around for like 1 month? So you can't be talking about pregnancy, it's not. She said that, no, because I'm just saying no, because I had a dream. I'm like, okay, Mama, let's not go there. Let's not make this hope to be right up there, then later on drop on the floor. My mom said, okay, since you are arguing, okay, no problem. Just go and see them. The doctor, then you come back and tell me what is the issue. So that day came, my husband was around then, and we went there to see the doctor. I explained to him how I'm feeling. I know why you are feeling. Come, let me check, because every time we have an appointment, we have appointments with him, he will always check me, of course. So, and I was always doing hormonal checks, like blood work. Oh my God, was like Every week, I will go for withdrawal of blood. They will test it and give my hormonal levels. I'll come and give it back to him. I go home. Oh my God, the work was too much for me. So, but I just knew that the time should come. All these things were just a kind of passing thing for me. This time should come fast. Let me just go and do this IVF. I just beg, I beg, I beg. So just like that. Later on, he checked me and said, yeah, I told you I know why you have been feeling like that. So my husband just look at each other. He said, you're pregnant. Oh my God, I've never felt that way before. I've never. When he said that, Sarah, congratulations to you guys, to the both of you. You guys are pregnant. I said, it's a lie. He said, yeah, it's true. He was laughing and he's a kind of jovial person. He said, yes, you're 6 weeks pregnant. 6 what? He said, you're 6 weeks pregnant, and we screamed inside his office and we were so happy. We're embracing each other. We're so happy. My husband and I embracing. We're so happy, overjoyed. Like nothing can be compared to that joy. Nothing can be compared to that joy. I say, wow, how? What happened this time around? And I just said to God, like I said to myself, that the same mouth that prophesied that you can never get pregnant is the same mouth announcing my pregnancy, announcing my blessing. If you're going through anything, you guy that is watching me, you girl that is watching me, you people that are watching me, any of you that are going through anything, any difficult moment, especially on the area of the fruit of the womb, my prayer for you this day and my prophecy is that you're going to miss your period next month. In Jesus' name. You're going to miss your period next month. You shall celebrate the same way I celebrated. So do not worry. Do not bother with the stress you're going through, because if I look back and I ask myself, why was I so disturbed? Why was I so over the place, like I don't believe in God? I remember times that my dad would call us and pray for us. Oh my God, pray for us, pray for us. That was a man of prayer. That was a man of prayer. My mom would be so concerned. My mom would call and say, what is happening? What have they said now? Oh my God. This video looks short, but this was a lifetime. It was like a lifetime. It was tough during that period. God came through for me, and that is how it's going to come true for you. You that you're watching me, that's how it's going to come true for you. In the mighty name of Jesus. It might not be on the area of pregnancy, on the area of waiting on God for pregnancy or for a child. It might be waiting on God for something else, for that new home, for that job. Trust me, God is going to come true for you. God is going to come true for you. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And for those who have subscribed, if you're my OG here, thank you. You're a special person. You are close here. You're close to my heart. I thank you guys so much for those that have been watching my videos, that have subscribed. For those that haven't subscribed and have been watching my video, I thank you so much. But please, guys, please support your girl. Support your sister by subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to click on the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you. We are so grateful. I am extreme and overly pleased. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye. Yeah, guys, my daughter is here now. Mama. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Yeah, say hello. You have to greet like this. Say hello. Guys. Yeah, hello, guys. What's your name? Say my name is. Hello, guys. Yes, what's your name? Say my name is Daisy Powell. Your name? What is it?
Hello guys.
Yeah, I heard. Guys, please let me explain something, Mama Venta. Venta, Mama, yes, let me say. Yeah, what she's saying is, hello guys, humodu, good afternoon, good yeah, so at this stage, she tried to mix Swedish and English. She's 3 years old. She's 38 months. She's 3 years. Don't repeat what I'm saying, Venta. So she's Venta. Okay. Yeah, she's 38 weeks old. Oh, sorry, bless you. So this is my blessing that God blessed me with. This is my first daughter that was supposed to come by IVF, which so many people have told my husband. Even people were telling my husband, why is it that you people cannot try IVF? Why is it that? And the person that I came and met also was just like, please try IVF, which I accepted, which I really accepted. But as God would have it, that's why sometimes it's not good to hurry. Do not hurry. Take your time. Don't lie like I lied that we have been trying for 1 year. Meanwhile, we have not tried for up to 6 months because I wanted the doctor to come to help me fast. It's not about fast. So I became pregnant in August. In August. I cannot remember the date here, but in August I became pregnant 2017, which means that I stayed for 1 year, close to 2 years, because if it was December, that would have been 2 years. Yeah, staying like that without being pregnant or infertile, as they will say it, but God answered prayers. God answers prayer. He still answers prayers. Please, if you are waiting on God for something, do not hurry. Just keep praying. Once you trust Him, it's going to come true. And when it comes true, make sure you are prepared to handle that blessing. I'm telling you the truth. Make sure you are prepared. Stop wasting your time wanting just that blessing. Prepare yourself to match that blessing that is about to come, because the blessing will come. But are you ready to handle it? That's what you should be asking yourself. Thank you guys for watching, and bye bye. Mama, say bye bye. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Look at my baby. She's a tall girl. She's tall like the father, so she's a big woman. You can see her. Ben, they are not seeing your face. Ben like this. Say hello. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
I beg go. Carry yourself. Carry your wahala. And go. Hello.